Hey, Matt.
Hey, Ronnie, what's up?
Wanna play a game?
Sure, I guess so. I mean, we have an episode to do and all, but okay if we keep it short.
They're rebuses. Pictogram puzzles? They're short, I promise. Here's the first one.
I think you are orange stick, soda stick, Fanta stick. Fantastic! Oh, Ronnie, thank you very much. That's very nice.
Don't get too excited. That was just to introduce the concept to the viewers. It was not any sort of commentary on your relative level of greatness.
Oh.
Here's your next one.
I am a poop face. Ronnie!
I was actually going for I am a turd head, but poop face works. Oh, and that one was for you. Last round.
Ha! Easy. Clockhounds.
No.
Timepiece mongrels.
You're kidding me, right?
Chronometer canines.
Let me roll the intro.
Sundial Dobermans.
It's Watch Dogs.
No duh.
Well then, why did
That's what you get for making me call myself a turd head.
Well, technically you called yourself a poop
Get out of here, I have a show to do. Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory, the smartest show to still be hosted by a doo-doo brain. So obviously, today we're talking about Watch Dogs. Sorry, Watch_Dogs. Gotta make sure I get it right. Now, my first E3 was the year this game was announced. I was working as a video editor for ScrewAttack.com, so I was grinding away in the little publicized press room all day. Not so glamorous. But Watch_Dogs was the highlight of the show for us, as we figured out that you could scan the on-screen code in the gameplay reveal to find a secret website, and that immediately got us all hooked into the game's conspiracy. Memories. Sorry, my musical theater is showing. But while that was a cool Easter egg and all, what really got me excited about the game was the hacking mechanic. The idea that you could secretly scan people, jam communication lines, and control things like traffic lights with your magic superphone felt like you were some sort of technology ninja. Not that sort of technology ninja. And now that the game is out, it's incredible getting to see the extent of your hacking skills. Skills with a Z, mind you, since hackers don't play by traditional rules, right? Disabling helicopters, messing with utilities, blowing transformers. Transformers, not transformers. All at the touch of an app, $1.99 in the Google Play Store, 5 stars. But let's get serious here. For as cool as all this is it really possible to do the things depicted in the game and become the next great elite hacksaw this side of Aiden Pierce? Well, let me tell you this. The truth is simultaneously awesome and terrifying. Let's start with something that seems like it should be relatively impossible. Controlling a traffic light. I mean, it's not like these things are hooked up to some wireless network or anything, right? Well, back in 2006, in the middle of a city labor strike for the city of Los Angeles, 2 engineers decided to push the city's hand a bit. By hacking into the system and making several key intersections stay as a red light slightly longer than normal, they created days worth of gridlock. I mean, don't get me wrong, driving in LA is bad, but this is just cruel to those commuters. The thing is though, these guys were hacking from a central computer. We want to be the elitist of hacksaws, so could you do it mid-high-speed chase like you see happen in the game? Absolutely. On April 30th of this year, a man named Cesar Ceruto demonstrated what he called vulnerabilities in the New York traffic system. Using a device he purchased online for less than $100, Cesar was able to intercept the signal traveling from sensors in the pavement to the New York City Traffic Control Center while he was on the road. In doing so, he suddenly gained the ability to control the lights he was passing. In fact, he found that this method worked from more than a mile away from the light he was looking to change. In other words, you too can give the Popo the worst game of red light, green light ever imagined for the low price of one Ben Franklin. And the crazy thing is, it functions just like it does in the game. You want to hack? All you gotta do is press the button. But why rely on complicated traffic light maneuvers when you can just steal complete control over your pursuer's car? You see, cars are increasingly becoming dependent on computers. I mean, we're only a few years away from having a driverless car chauffeur you down to the local 5 and dime while you watch this video. Shout out to the theorists of the future watching this video in your amazing 2018 Honda Civic, what? But already, many modern cars have all their functions tied to a central computer. So much so that if someone hacks into the system, they're in control, and you're out of luck. And it's been done! In 2010, scientists were able to hack into various models of car via everything from Bluetooth and music files to the tire pressure monitor. Once they got in, they had control over the car's brakes, the steering, even shutting off the engine. And what's worse, input from the driver still in the car was completely ignored. The pedals and wheel had zero effect. Can you imagine driving down the road and suddenly having no idea why the car won't respond to what you're doing? You're at the mercy of someone behind a computer at their cell phone. And if you're still not freaked out, try this. All evidence of tampering post-crash was able to be erased remotely. Any data showing that you were hacked? Poof. Gone. Traceless crime. So not only could you become a prisoner in your own car, no one would even know what the source of the problem was. Your bad driving would be the thing getting blamed. Okay, so that's one key hack from the game, but how about instantly being able to grab the names, salaries, and other key stats about everyone in the world around you? Surely that shouldn't be a possibility. Yeah. By mapping the GPS locations of various social posts and cross-referencing that information against a person's entire online identity, in a matter of seconds, you can learn more than you ever wanted to know about a stranger's sepia-tinted dinner last night or how they looked first thing this morning. Hashtag no filter. Hashtag yeah, right. In fact, it's so easy that my buddy and fellow YouTube creator Jack Vale had an incredible upload last November where he did exactly this, using location-based searches to find social data and use it to freak out unsuspecting strangers. Surprise! I know it's your birthday and that you're planning on celebrating with your pet turtle Bowser. And that's doing it the hard way. Facebook knows, well, your face. Each time you get tagged in a photo, Facebook takes note and gets just a little bit better at picking you out of a lineup. In fact, their AI that does this, known as Deepface, I wish it was Derpface, but that's probably why I'm not a product manager there, is able to correctly identify whether two photos show the same person 97.25% of the time. Humans given the same task rate at 97.53%. Woohoo! Go us! Way to show computers who the superior intelligence is by 0.3% of the time. Not only that, Derpface is able to use the facial information to create 3D models of your head, giving it the ability to recognize you from any angle. If you read around on the internet enough, you'll find articles speculating about stores eventually using Derpface on their security cameras to identify who a customer is and, based on their photos, what types of clothes they like to wear, so that store clerks can then point you in the direction of the item you're most likely to buy. Smile for the cameras and pull out your wallet. Want more privacy invasion? Of course you do. Watch_dogs has you listening in on the cell phone conversations of the people around you, despite you never actually bugging their phone. Surely this be science fiction, right? You know the answer's wrong, otherwise I probably wouldn't be talking about it. At the University of Luxembourg, Ralph Philip Weinman discovered that by using a special box with the ability to act like a cell phone tower, he was able to trick phones into thinking they were connecting to a real network. Once the phone connected, hackers had access to the phone's radio processor, which in turn controls the dialer and the microphone, meaning I would be able to hear your whole conversation about how totes adorbs you find Jimmy's butt. Oh, and the radio processor? That even grants access to the cameras of some phones. If it's not yours though, don't feel bad. I have plenty of other ways to watch you through your cell phone cam. Some of the best moments from Watch Dogs, forget the underscore thing, the joke's getting old, features you having to hop from camera to camera in an attempt to map out the best strategy to infiltrate some buildings. Wanna do that in real life? Meet Place Raider, a camera app that uses your phone to secretly take pictures as you go through your day. Said pics then go to a central server where they're then compiled into a detailed model of your home, bedroom, bathroom, office, and favorite Pizza Hut. And so you're thinking to yourself, why would I ever download an app like this? Well, the idea is that the malware could be embedded in a camera app, say Instagram, so that it wouldn't raise any red flags when the app asks for the permission to use your camera. And that's taking the big leap of assuming you read what those permissions are asking you to do in the first place. But we all know that there's no reason to worry about what permissions you're giving mysterious app developers, right? Hackers are honest people, aren't they? Now, I see your smug face, Mr. I don't download sketchy apps or use social media to protect my privacy and make sure that I always read what permissions I'm giving away to third-party developers. Fine. Good for you. You think you're so safe. But I'm assuming you at least need to charge your phone, because that's another way they can get you. Consider this: fake USB charging stations in public places hooked up to computers waiting to grab your passwords and gigabytes worth of selfies. Think about that the next time you're at the airport in need of some extra juice. In short, even if you're the most careful person out there are dozens of ways eager hackers can trick you into giving them access to your phone. Or if all else fails, in an ironic twist, there's always the hundreds of thousands of unsecured security cameras out there, including ones that you can remotely control. There's even a subreddit dedicated to keeping track of them all. So sleep tight, dear theorists, because I know you, I hear you, and I can see you. I can cause you gridlock, or I can shut down your car altogether. What else should I do? How about I steal your money? In Watch Dogs, ATMs become your new favorite slot machine, doling out cash to fund our household hacking endeavors. In real life, it's not even that difficult. I can steal your debit card information without ever having to reach for that bulge in your pocket. Your back pocket. I'm talking about reaching for your wallet, okay? Not anything else bulging out of your pants. Get your minds out of the gutter. You know all those contactless payment methods? Just wave your card over the kiosk to pay? Well, those are possible thanks to RFID, or radio frequency identification technology. Most smartphones are also able to pick up these signals, so that ability, which again most cell phones have, along with a special scanning program made to keep track of the data, and you too can steal essential financial information via radio waves. It is literally the criminal version of the 3DS Street Pass. Don't get me wrong though, ATMs, they're great on their own. Many still have their instruction manuals online for you to look up and learn how to reset without any external devices. Just type the right code into the keypad. 2 14-year-olds from Winnipeg actually had no problems whatsoever. 2 guys in Pittsburgh did the same thing, reprogramming the ATM to think it was dispensing $1 bills instead of 20s. But if you want to do it with style, Barnaby Jack, yes, that's his real 100% unironic name, is your guy. Not only was he able to get the machine to shell out its cash via some quick internet tricks, he also got the machine to read jackpot and play a victory song. Now that is the hacker's equivalent of teabagging the bank. If there's one takeaway today, the moral of the story is this: hackers, if they wanted to, could make your life miserable right now, attacking you in your home, at your bank, and even in your car. And you haven't even heard the half of it. Strangers making 3D recreations of your bedroom courtesy of your hijacked cell phone cam is quite the invasion of privacy, and really creepy. But shutting down national power grids, blowing things up, that escalates things to a whole new level. Watch Dogs features those tricks too, and for as awesome as they are in the game, the IRL equivalents are probably the most legitimate threats we've ever talked about on this show. But we'll save all that for the next episode. If you haven't already gone off the grid, disconnected all your personal accounts, and moved to the middle of the desert. In the meantime, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. Welcome back to the super amazing end card tournament, where last time we had probably one of the most shocking upsets in end card history. I asked you, which was better, cats or dogs? And even though this is the internet, dogs won by 10,000 votes. I know, I was surprised too. Anyway, it was probably for the best, since if cats won, I would have had to talk about Cheetahman or something. I don't know, it's not a lot of good cat games out there. This week, I want you to leave in the comments what conventions I should put in my schedule to meet you guys. I don't get to do cons too often, but I love getting to meet all the loyal theorists out there, so I want to make sure to try and make it to all the places that you guys are planning on going. With that said, me and the rest of the theorists are going to be at the SGC Game Convention in Dallas, Texas, July 11th through the 13th, along with some other people you might know. JonTron, Peanut Butter Gamer, Angry Joe, the Angry Video Game Nerd, Smooth McGroove, and more. Oh yeah, and the co-designer of Mega Man. Follow the link in the description to get tickets if you're able to make it, and if you do, be sure to use the coupon code THEORY, THEORY, to save a couple bucks off the admission price. Hopefully, I'll see you guys there, and if not, I'll be trying to go to these sorts of things more often in the future, so if it's not this time, then it'll be the next. Can't wait to hang out with you guys in person. Let me know where I should do it.